Grand Rising people or rising people, depending on the time of day it is. Today, Dada's Life is going to talk about AKs, and not just any AK, but the best AK in the world, the Arsenal Sam7K. All right, let's go ahead and get a look at this really quick. Let's pay close attention, get every all right. All right, first and foremost, let's go ahead and knock out some specs really quick with it, some stock specs, okay? So you're looking at an 8-pound pistol, okay? It is going to be considered a pistol with a stabilizing brace. And then, you know, of course, anything less than 16 inches with a brace is considered a pistol. But from the factory, from Arsenal, this is a pistol. Chambered in 7.62 by 30. Arsenal comes in at 17.5 inches, coming just straight stock, 17.5 inches, with the 8.5 inch barrel, okay? So the barrel, 8.5 inches, and then overall length is 17 point. Pistol has a 1 in 9.44 twist, meaning since the barrel is 8 inches, 8.5 inches, that it does not get a complete turn or twist. Would you look at that? But that's fine because 7.62 by 39 up close is devastating anyways. So I wouldn't just depend on that twist to get the job done. However, that does affect distance, and of course with the shorter barrel it affects the velocity. The velocity coming in 1,969 feet per second out of that 7.62 by 39 out of a 8.5 inch barrel, okay? All right, so now what makes this pistol the best pistol in the world? I am about to tell you right now. Number one, because it's mine. That's number one. However, what I added to this pistol is what makes it the best pistol in the world. And the package, and the minimalist package that I pretty much built this project in as. So you're about to get a dive up close on what all that we have here, okay? Let's go ahead and start at the top. All right, first and foremost, let's go ahead and show that is clear. And we are looking at a clear rifle. My big baby kept walking around with her collar, making all kinds of noise. And my fiance is going to kill me for taking off her collar. So therefore, we're going to put her collar back on before she gets home. And now you see my big baby. Where were we? Let's go ahead and get started. Now that we show clear. All right, so at the top, we got a Trijicon MRO, okay? Trijicon MRO for our optic. That's going to be mounted onto the Midway Industries mount, specifically designed for the MRO. So no other optic will be able to fit on this, but the different colors of the MRO is specific to just that design, okay, and that footprint. This is attached to the side rail, okay? So you have here, up under here, here you have press, pull down, and this comes straight off, okay? And then the mount itself, all right, see that? And right on the side, it simply can slide. However, I do have my rear sight in the back, so my rear sight does not come off. It is milled in, so it will have to come. Usually it's able to just slide if you're able to have that rear sight is not there, all right? And it simply locks down and clicks into place, and it is solid. This thing is very solid and has held up and held and kept zero, so it is pretty well done. Just trying to make sure you get a good look at that, because when I was specifically looking for building out this AK no one showed the up close, and they don't show what all is involved in it. So I'm going to show the details to make sure this video is informative, and that when someone is trying to build theirs to mimic similar or have options or get inspired, they'll have something to go off of. So once again, that's an MRO Trijicon on top of a Midwest Industries, okay? Let's go ahead and move on from there. The foregrip, all right? Pay close attention. Want this video to be very informative, okay? We have our quad, there we go. The Fore-grip QD, this is a SLR QD. QD attachment here, QD attachment here, okay? Then I have just a little nugget at the front, just for my hand to go, so I can put my hand, place my finger, and actually pull in, okay? So just a little nugget here. I forgot the brand of that one. However, what I do want you to pay attention to is the SLR foregrip. Get a look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The foregrip is expensive. Look at the other side. The foregrip is expensive, but it's 1,000% worth it. Like, I can't tell you how worth it is. It's seriously, it's dead serious worth it. So while we're here, as you can see right at the top, I have a Magpul QD quick detach, and I'm running it at the top instead of running it here, because running it here gets in the way of that firing grip. See what I'm saying? So therefore I run it instead of here. I'm running it right on the top so I can gain perfect access and have optimal recoil control and muzzle rise control when it comes to that. So once again, on a QD. Now I had the Larry Vickers Sling, but then I ended up switching because Warrior Poet John Lovell came out with the Warrior Poet Sling, and you already know we had to get that. So therefore, of course, this is bungee system. You adjust it according to what you want, and then you pretty much lock up the rest of it. So that way it's stabilized instead of having the sling where you can slide back and forth. Instead, you adjust it according to what you want, and you allow the bungee to be able to bungee just enough so I can drop and leave it. All right. And then I can still shoulder it and work and get in and out of object and swim out of it and get back to work. So in my opinion, Warrior Poet slings are the best slings, as you can see. And I can stow it away, come in and out, and boom. And literally, just a simple travel package. And then it goes along with my minimalist build that I wanted to build in the first place. It has the form of the magnetic, all right? Being able to pull that, and then you're able to detach from it, all right? I'm not as cool as he, so I don't know if I can get this to hook on like he did in his video. And obviously not. Perfect, pull it, and then let go, and then you just simply reattach it. And that's it, just like that. But on the Arsenal, you will come in a paper box, and inside the paper box is going to, come stock or whatever. However, mine specifically came with one of the braces. Now the braces, this one specifically, no knock on them. However, the braces are just something that we have to deal with. So it is what it is. This one was very flimsy right here, as you can see. Every single time it would fire, it would just bend in more and more, doing our favorite thing. All right. I know we could do that now, but still, I don't want to draw attention to what we do in the first place. Of course, the brace is designed to put your arm in and brace it down to stabilize it for pistol shooting with one hand. Anyways, This was the original. It had the triangle shape, which gave it that AK vibe and that AK look. However, with this design, I wanted to go with a more modern day. So I went with the Mod 1 tail hook brace. The 10-inch, so you can get them longer or you can get them shorter. I got the 10-inch because this profile wanted to be very small. So take a look at that. It's skeletonized, made out of course. All right, so it's skeletonized. All right, it has a QD attachment towards the rear. All right, it also has a QD attachment on this side also. I wanted to, of course, place it on this side so that way I can gain access to this and be able to shoulder it. So it's skeletonized. You can go ahead and get you some cord and go ahead and wrap that cord so that way it's not cold on your cheek whenever you want to sit there and do a cheek mount. All right, follow with that. Look at that. Two-piece design. So basically this is one piece and then this is the second piece. All right. For proper usage, you have this. This is going to be a button. You press that button. All right here. When you press the button, this comes out. That goes down and then you can sit and, excuse me, stabilize the firearm as you fire. All right. So as you fire, it's stabilizing that firearm. That is its intended purpose and its intended design. All right, close, and then still, you'll be able to go to work. All right. So that is going to be the tail hook. Very important because once again, I was looking, searching the internet, and I could not find a video that was telling people this. So I want to make sure everyone knows and can have this information because I wanted this information bad. All right, let's move on. We got the sling, everything. All right, we have just some bands so that way we can stow away the sling itself. So now we're going to dive into how this package is a minimalist package in the first place. First and foremost, let's address and acknowledge beautiful Magpul magazines. All right, and the reason why this magazine seems shorter than the standard is because that is a regular 30 round magazine, 30 capacity magazine. I want the 20 rounders specifically so that way this package can be very small. Adding to the tail hook design, you can press up, all right? Thumb of pressure against on opposites, press up, and there you have it. It breaks and goes down into that minimum package, as you can see. All right, very important. This can be stowed away into a book bag. Magazine can be separate or attached. It's up to you. So, of course, AK, without it having a buffer system, it will be able to shoot in this condition because the charging handle, or excuse me, the charge will be able to, and the action will be able to actuate. So therefore, this can shoot from here. So, before we dive into the complete on what it looked like, I'm gonna throw some pictures in so you can see it, how this thing can fit in a book bag, and this is just your ultimate pistol, the best AK in the world, and this package is just amazing. And really quick address our ALG Trigger. This is not the nickel one, so this is not the nickel coated, so it's not the best of the ALG Trigger lineup. However, this thing is pretty amazing. We're going to go ahead and dive up close. Not grand thumb up close, but we're going to get pretty close to it. Let's put it right on that white wall. All right, so let's pay attention. Place our finger. Now watch. Because you got to watch. The AKs are absolutely amazing. They have triggers, best triggers out the box. Pay attention. Slight creep. Break. It's not even really a creep. It's just and then look at the reset really quick. Break. Done. It's absolutely amazing. Here. Break. Let's see if we can get some quick. AK triggers are absolutely amazing. So this thing is literally, I'm talking about, and I mean, it is a light trigger pull. It is simply that take up, break like a damn carrot. Dive up front really quick just so you can know about the system that's up front and why it looks like that and what all of that is about. So originally I had a different adapter on here because remember the AK thread is like 24.1 or something, or 24 by 1 thread pitch or something like that. However, point being is it's a pretty chunky, it's thick, it's a round, thick. And what can fit on there is going to be the famous Wolverine suppressor that is a direct mount because it has that 24 thread. So the Wolverine. However, when I first got it, this was maybe a year into the pandemic, and then all the ammo, everything, and all the Wolf products, I couldn't find a Wolf for anything, and I was becoming very impatient. So instead, I ended up going with the affordable YHM suppressor and adapter. Combined, now pay attention to this one, combined with the Infinite adapter. The Infinite adapter, the female being on this end, comes down over the 24 thread on, and feeds into, okay, the opposite. The male is going to be on a smaller one, allowing me to attach the YHM adapter flash hider, and then from the flash hider I have a quick detach with the suppressor, so I can put the suppressor on, twist it, and it has a ratcheting system, lock that in place, and then untwist it. And of course, I'll be able to work with the flash hider itself by itself. And this flash hider is very important because it's functional. I did not want a suppressor that had a flash hider adapter system without going into the expensive side of things, especially dealing with AKs and our limited options when it comes to this. I wanted to make sure the flash hider was going to be functional. This flash hider works miracles. So without shooting without a flash hider, and this thing is a fucking flamethrower. I'm talking about a stupid, dumb flame, just stupid for no reason. All right. Yes, it's fun, but is it practical when that flame is coming out? No, it's absolutely not. It's not even fun after so long. You just feel heat, and it's just stupidity coming back at you. So therefore, this flash hider it suppresses that flash significantly, making this baby a joy to shoot, both without the suppressor and with the suppressor. However, shooting with the suppressor makes AKs just so much more enjoyable to shoot. It's absolutely amazing how fun it is to shoot this baby. Everyone they just never believe me. And now I got a bunch of my gun buddies that are they're diehard AR-15 people. When I shot my first AK, I was converted immediately, literally selling all. I did not want anything to do with AR-15s anymore. Fuck AR-15s. AKs is the way to go. AKs are life, especially when you get a quality one such as the Arsenal. I'm going to show you some video of this shooting suppress. I'm going to show you some video of this thing shooting, getting out to literally 25, 50, 75, and 100 yards with an 8.5-inch barrel. 7.62 by 39.
Wow. All hits. These boy. Oh yeah.
All the practicality that I need. Yes, we're going to need firearms in due time. Of course, we need all kinds of firearms. Trust me, you don't want to see my closet because it looks crazy. But 100 yards is more than enough for practicality with a backpack gun. Listen to me. I'm not saying any anti-gun shit here. I am telling you what is practical for shit hit the fan quick, responsive things. Things that are just quick and responsive. 100 yards, I can be able to tag you with a standard optic. There's anywhere for this. I think it's a 3 MOA optic. So it's 3 MOA dot. I'm not talking about a magnifier. I'm not talking about, again, you being able to see further at further distance. I'm talking about with my raw eye, I'm able to mount standing, not mounting on anything, and hit at 100 yards, easy. Still ringing steel, easy. All right, with this little ass 8.5 inch, right? AK, absolutely amazing. This package is broken down. When you have this entire thing, let's make sure it's in the video. Look how amazing this thing is. It's very short, it can fit right in the backpack, breaks down very easy. Boom, half the package is already zipped up and gone. Perfect. Stow the sling to its body with and this is your package. Literally, that's it. Get this bad boy out, out the book bag. Shit done hit the fan. You don't want to, but you got to. Boom. Start, get your magazine. All right. Ooh, look at that rock. Terrible AK rock. Get, and you done. Look at that. Ready to go. Best AK in the fucking world. Arsenal Sam7K. I built this out because, and of course, I'm probably going to do an update, working with trying to mount a light. I had a light on this side, however, placing a pad up here, get a good look at that. There's very little room. If you want to co-witness with your iron, look how beautiful that is. Ooh, look at that. I can see my irons, both the rear and the front. I got two radical setups where I can have circle or I can have the standard. Flip that back. Perfect. So I want my iron sights just in case my optic goes down, and then placing things up here such as a pad, it blocks your view, cuts out your irons altogether. But at the same time, you have to weigh the options. As you know, I speak about in the videos, practicality, what's important, what's not important. Are you in low light conditions? On a rifle, realistically, you need light, period, just overall, because by the time you get to rifle situations, you are pretty much in the worst of the worst situation that you could possibly be in, because you're getting a rifle. So therefore, your rifle needs a light. I'm working on going ahead and getting another light, but the light profile is going to have to work with it, especially with the minimum room that I have to work with on here. You were talking pad, you're talking about position of the light, hand placement, and you're talking about being able to actuate it without doing anything weird. So not coming under, doing weird stuff, you just simply press on and off, okay? The pad was sitting up top. It was getting very frustrating. It was blocking my view, my optic view, so I'm gonna play around with it. Maybe some Travis Haley. Travis Haley has different designs where you could just move it forward, move the light forward and everything. And I think I'm gonna place it here so that way I can actuate with my thumb. So this thing is absolutely amazing. Very low profile, backpack gun, practical, hit at 100 yards, easy. And I'm not talking about just hitting at 100 yards. I'm talking about at 75 to 100 yards, it was knocking the steel down. I'm talking about my buddy was shooting next to me with his AR-15, and he was, tagging with that little 5.56, the 223, and it was just hitting it all nice and ding, ding. I got the AK, hit that baby. That boy went straight down. I ain't talking about a look, ding, with the little, 22 LR with a lot of powder behind it. I'm talking about this 7.62 by 39 hit the fuck out that ding, and then next thing you know, bloop, down. It tagging at 100 yards. I'm talking about this thing will zip, gone. Practice. I'm smiling because I think I'm crazy. All right, so there you have it. Best AK in the fucking world. Look how gorgeous that is. Get another look. Look at that. Got some Goon tape for texture. You have the safety that you can actuate. That safety can go on and off. You can flip from that side or the traditional AK style. Just hitting down, getting to work, and pressing back up. Look at that Magpul 20 rounder. Beautiful, just minimalist. Just pure minimalist. Look how short it is. I love how short it is. Just enough. I can start shooting from here. I can let them have it. Then I can let them have it. That's all she wrote, man.